Obavan, Obowie, Obota. Why is it like that? Okwoba, Okpere, Obadanto, Obasohan. Why is it like that? Now, for you to know, it is what they always do. They always give us a new phase of activism. That word Pedro Obaseki said so pain them. They know that Pedro Obaseki, using that language, war have been declared on them. It's not all about the name or trying to be disrespectful. Are you mad? Stali Mata, they no rem with Tana, Ulayamari, our better what be you, our Boman Binanani, Ugamio can. Ugamio can be you, can't be you not that say answer. A beauty my life now. Why are you instigating? Everything, our greeting the money, Mobita Oba. Why will a man be trimmed naked? I'm not be quiet because my yama talk by. Why? Are you stupid? You want me or daughter can want me with this fresh anointing now? They teach you the lesson of your life. You are stupid. I'm going to support you now. On international scale. Okay, do you think we are joking? Humanity did not that slavery. You are mad. Spare everywhere. If it is not a spare, what's an okay now? Or you later say, or we do ya talk. What must everything be okay? Or bag I talk. Then what now happen to you, Stali Mata? Then where will you walk? You whether you have to wow. Okay, bag talk. Stali Jordan wa tofia ufia will you walk? Abi Stali Mata. It's like when you used to, use one particular meat that remain in the house to always prepare special food for your dad. You always use some particular items in the house, food items in the house, to only prepare some particular food for your dad because it's so special. Now your mother now look at it. Let me use it to cook everybody's food. Then everywhere you were, all the assassin or what divorce you if he was a good father. That's what is happening. Not that they don't mention it. Only one day, there be a Pedro 60-something years in the only time he used the language. Okay, now this blessing and this meet and greet in Birmingham is so special. Let me pray for all Edo people. Then he tried to expand that greetings out to this very Staliamata now. No so always Staliamata have a topic. You were grouped to it, but here you are not fighting that he will come and whether to Staliamata no bapato so that you will soon keko konuri wa kekera bi you. It's a spare. And they know what I mean by it. That's why that chain of slavery must be broken. We have entered the building. It declares today. I control the spiritual atmosphere. I decide we have entered the building Malina. It may take us years to remove it one by one, but we will remove it. He said by side that he have declared it today. You think I just carry the create topic? We have let that phase. Now, when we are trying to push back, there was a phase we entered. They explained it to us. And it was only this year, but last year. You know, it was Shoba Suhu or Shoba Suhu. Imagine a long age world. They use it perpetrating their evil. They will sue your uncle during slavery. Sell everybody around you. Now you don't still have right to say Oba is your enemy. Now, not until you declare it. What did God say? He said, whatsoever I hear you say to my ear, so will I do. That's why if you check the book of that 2nd Chronicle, 7 verse 14, he said, but my children that are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray that say a word and turn away from their evil way. He said, I will hear them and I will hear their land. Now, what have you been telling God? So they're so doing that anytime they offend you, the power that we are assigned to fight for that are supposed to fight your enemy, automatically those power will relax because you don't need war. Because Oba is your friend, is your father. That's why now Oba everywhere. Where is your name mentioned there? And now where I want Soba, I face Oba today. That yoke, we are breaking it tonight. We have entered the building. Go and tell them we have entered the building and nothing goes. Nothing. You can't stop it. Okay, you think we are playing? Imaku. When you were hypnotized. Who is an historian there? Before Romania came, who can tell me? Before Romania came, we want to get for anything. If you are an historian, please come and tell us. Open up your live Facebook anytime you want to come. I want to know. Before they came, or both your boat, or Bidiot, or Bona, or Bibabo. Before that very time, before that very time, now, after they succeeded in doing whatever they want to do, they are hypnotize our people and indoctrinate them. I don't mention about the Jesus you want to buy to neutralize all them all. Go and check the church in Atiarosa in Naua, Osalobagaba. This was some of the reasons why you don't see any dwelling who criticize any pastor, because they are kif. Look at what Pastor Chris Okafor is doing today. Look at the scandal and look at the Oba scandal. Does it not run together? That paganism is what they brought to the land. Paganism. You see Idumota today. The whole Nigeria was, all of them, logically where do. You see Idu today, Idumota Lagos. Idu is still in a dust state, they don't win now. If you go to Irigbe today, Idunga, Ididogun, Idueka, Iduehe. The whole place is them after Idu. Go and check the streets in your villages. You think it's normal? They colonized Idu land and they brought in a bad spirit. They know that revelation want to start coming from our maybe that they book by allegedly. Be a musician, go and sing, go imagine I see one, you are in problem. Hotel Bobala Kalana be do a musician maybe have Benny. They can't allow you to stay. You must use them to sing. You know how many of our bad musicians were there, sir? Now they'll give you to not releasing one when they pay as well. Rubbish. So it's a war against Oba Okpere. It's a spare. If you must survive the calamity that is coming, remove that dubious name out of your mouth. In America, they worship God. Oh, yeah, America, you are great. In China, they worship God. They don't worship one man. Check where Queen. If they want to give you passport in Canada, in New Zealand, in the UK, you pay your allegiance to the Queen. Your allegiance you pay to the Queen. But in America, they are the world power. God bless America. A man said, Pedro Baseki with sincerity of heart. And even do enter to him. The need for you, we are here today because this meet and greet, being that my son, Udukwema, have already declared it, is a gathering of liberation, a movement of liberation. And made that meet and greet here. And the power of God were present. Pedro Baseki speak a word. Because Pedro Baseki in the spirit, he could see that people are dying, dying where there's nobody to save them. And once I just enter into him, use this opportunity to seize every odomumu no rotate to them. We Mayama talk by it was boggled because everything must be over. Can only one man supersede everybody. Osaloba no forgive we. Say war, we have entered the building. A roof in my yena. The people that go to remove it from the ground, they already warming up already. One sumo. That is just a real thing. Where disrespect. When no man by when we hear that we know that when not deport the webo. Whatever thing that still happen, a man that was supposed to sympathize with you, where you are in the room, who are getting work or work more. They start a matter, a no work of your car. By your generation will die the death the Oba would have died. Because you are a moron. What have you benefited inside? People, it's a revolution or it too one. It's hitting you people, and it must have to change. It's a war against Oba Okpere. I mean, a time is going to come. That name will be forbidden. Be forbidden. The Portuguese, they still have the story. They still have the history. The Britain. That's why today they look at Edo alien in UK as a vagabond or trader wallaby. They are still saying a man that sold slaves. The Britain today, they are not looking at all of you as a moron. The Spanish government, the Canadian government, no matter the Swedish, the Finnish, and the German. They are looking at all of you as a moron. They sold all Idu children into slavery. After that, they even raped your wife and sold you into slavery. You have to also agree that you are a friend to the other. That's why the throne has been developed by my way, because every one of you is a friend. I think we are joking here. It's a war. We have entered the building. All the original name that God named that land, they script away everything. Is it not Igbagon that was supposed to be the deity of Ronigbe? How come about Olokun? They brought Olokun to Ronigbe. Igbagon is original the deity of Ronigbe. Today Igbagon is not hard. There are people who are supposed to bath Ogbaje, to go and root Ogbaje in the water, which is a natural spirit, not tied to anybody. Instead of being a Ogbaje, you have Olokun, because Olokun, Umbogun, Onyan. If you don't know. When I told you that I have here, but be very, very careful. You think we are joking? We are here to enlighten our people, not to put them into captivity. Now these days, as we have already entered the building, detaching the rules little by little, there are so many things that are going to happen. Friends is going to flee you. Brothers is going to flee you. Close allies is normal work, but is still going to flee you. This guy, you are becoming too more harder. What people are going to say. If you read that book of Matthew 12, verse 47, they call Jesus. Your brothers, your family, they are waiting for you outside. I will read word by word what he said. That Matthew 12, verse 47. He said, someone told him, your mother, your brothers are standing outside waiting to speak with you. Look at what he said. So he replied in that Matthew 12, verse 40. So he said, reply to him, who is my mother and who is my brother? He asked the same person who came to come and tell him. The person, man, he don't know Mary and know, people from Nazareth. Look at verse 49 of that Matthew chapter 12. Look at it very, very. He said, he pointed to his disciples. He said, here are my mothers and my fathers. You know it's my brother today. Look at that watch. What am I got to be brother? Because of that frequency. You may have a brother that you came from the same womb together. The family of Joseph, the brothers of Joseph, when they found out that Joseph had a dream, and that dream, to the interpretation, they know about it. Are you going to say we are going to bow down for you for one day? We're not be on hungry now. No, we're not bow down. No. They conspired to send him out. Because those were not his brothers. Your mother's womb were used as a channel for you and your cousin to come into this life. At the time you arrived, when Jungle Bina begin to mature, everybody go be a papa name. A cousin might call me. I may not want to go. But if Sayama Sandra called me, because of the frequency, his belief, I might go and greet him first. That's the era we are right now. You may see any of my cousins tomorrow that bear the same Igbinigun. Oh, where's everybody in Spain? Oh, well, anyhow. And we are having the same deities. You are what Jesus Christ answered them. He said, you that are here listening to me. Look at what he told them in that Matthew 12, verse 50. He said, for whosoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sisters and mothers. That's why today in this very struggle, I have a mother, I have a father. People may look at it. Newton always say, I have a biological, that a mother through frequency. I have it. Also, you have me as somebody that is so dear to you. So you don't need your back, Okpere. You don't need it. It's like a yoke. Why more? Imagine a yoke or a capacity that we're supposed to be given to a donkey, not be 10 years in it. We are when a donkey not be 1 year, no, it's just a 1 year old donkey. That's what you say here. Now, what is the will of the Father Jesus Christ we're talking about in that Matthew 12, verse 50? those that hearken, as it was scripted in that Mark 16 verse 15, he said, began to preach unto them, go into all the world and preach the gospel to every living creature. These were the people that were ready to go and neutralize the world about Okpere. That was sent us. The Bible were not made for you to come to heaven. Interpretation is where we have problem. He said, don't that deal with the will of my Father. What's the will of the Father? Changing your mindsets. You now know that you are in Christ, you are not a new creature. All those bomo, all those fake deity they give to you, trying to push it aside, you have not turned a new leaf. That's supposed to be born again we are talking about. Don't let nobody, if any person tell you about we, please just greet me good morning, it's far better than. Until we find a replacement. At the time when you have already know. You can still use it, no problem. But you are not using it because of you have nothing to replace it with. All our greetings start to him. Now, before back in, what was our original greeting in the morning? Is all those lavisi. Mato lavisi ne ave tuena mateyati hin. Away family makere those days. The Lamogu, they are also greeting. They bought this very Lamogu from another family. Family is here. He have identity. They don't have a village today. Tell me the village of Oba. Tell me the village where Oba is from. They came from nowhere. And take over the land. Begin to redeem everything. The rape one of our mother. And we name why me. That's why they see atrocities everywhere. You think it's normal? Oba we Oba Oba. And you're surprised. Okpere, everything that Oba. The more you say, the more they have energy. Now, as we begin to depopulate that very name, you have to share this video and speak to all your loved ones all over the place, so that they will know and begin to have a change of heart. If you are in Christ, you are a new creature. All things are passed away. Everything become new. If you want to survive the apocalypse event that is ahead, you have to start preparing yourself now. Everything tied to them. They change your villages. That's why there are calamities today. Obanya, go and look at the fight in Obanyato. Today, they are not causing sanity anywhere. It is commotion. Who we are not supposed to be in your deity that's in your village. Let me say, however, they will place another person there that will defy it. No villages today in that Edo state where they practice their normal culture. They must find out one way or the other to neutralize it. Our Idu father was the God. He's a righteous man. It is so righteous. Any young man a party in that book of Proverbs 14 verse 34. It's a righteousness exaltation. It's a sin, it's a reproach. A part of these scriptural verses you are seeing today, it was our Idu father that joined hands together to put it. Thou shalt not kill. It was our Idu father that put it there. Thou shalt not. But today, because of honorary greetings, if that word is not meaningful to them, if it's not a spare, what's an akbom? Just for once, just for once. Why call it in an or double of we will liberate all our people. Not call it. Now, if you do that first, 2 Timothy 4 verse 11, that's why it is good whatever you are doing, you do it well. Let me explain this one to you. That's 2 Timothy 4 verse 11. He said, only look, this was what the apostle talking. He said, only look is with me. He said, bring back along with you, because it will be useful in this very ministry. In this very struggle we have today, what are you going to be remembered for? Now, only David or something gets with me. Bring Austin when you are coming, because it will be useful in this very ministry. Now, Paul the apostle, we are not talking because he was part of the people who will always listen to Jesus when he speaks. Because he make it clear to them in that Matthew 12, verse 47. When people called him, So your brothers are outside waiting for you. He said, you that stand listening to me are now my brothers. Now be that Mark and Luke were also there. They now told them, Luke is already here with me, ready to pay the utmost sacrifice, ready to go to Iyekorioma. I told them, no more about Okpere. Maya maga Okpere. You know now. He said, bring Mark along with you, because Mark was also a mighty man of valor. You'll be counted worthy to know. Don't see. He said, only Luke is with me. Now imagine, okay, only David does 7 days with me. Bring to women when you are coming. It will be useful in this ministry. Only Orwegareva is with me. Bring a source about with you when you are coming. It will be useful in this ministry. Only Mofi, who is here with me. Bring about Obaze when you are coming. It will be useful in this ministry. Only was Sophia Mesikoka and Festus is with me. Bring word updates when you are coming to be useful in this ministry. That was why it was scripted in that 2 Timothy 4 verse 11. Luke was already there, a fervent soldier. Also look at that book of Numbers 31 verse 49. Now the people that counted the soldier under Moses' command were people with a better brain. Those are mathematicians. Because he recognized all the soldiers because he's trained with them. He knows them by their name. He knows them by their power and what the services they have rendered to make sure this Obaship will be subjected unto extinction. He knows. That's why he does not take them days. He don't look at it, look at it. Then he look at it. He said, Master, we have counted the soldiers under your command. None is missing. You can see now that most of the people that is fighting, for this struggle, I don't have their phone number with me, but I know them by their works. That's why I could categorically mention 1 or 2 names here. It does not mean that there's no other ones. It's the one that conversant with. Does not mean that they are the only person. But I don't intend to give us illustrations. That's why we must have to be found worthy. It is very strong. All you do children were sold. They were a merchandise of slaves. They came into the land. The Portuguese, they came. These people, they are very powerful. They negotiated with them. Please, can you share this thing for us? Can you give us a mirror? Those ones said, yes, we have a mirror. When they first came, they do the transaction. Because the original purpose of the Portuguese coming was to come and be buy palm kernel from us. Our Idu father were very rich in doing palm oil. That was our natural resources. Then when they now took over the land, they now say, okay, we can, because they are born wicked. Don't say what they are doing right now. Imagine in the 21st century, you can still go and kidnap somebody in broad daylight. No money, the repercussion that follows. They were the same thing they were doing. I tell man I do I tell man I ball. The 21st century. A global icon were kidnapped. What was his offense? Don't do reflection. Many years ago of what our father went through. I obviously say, yes, I say. 11 we are not sold. The family that were not strong enough were the people they sold. They never sold my ancestors. We are here fighting for people that were sold. Udukone was a warrior. Ubogo was a warrior. They couldn't defeat those men because those men they can dislovoke. That's why today we are going to make sure we fight and restore back our covenant. Idu does not sleep with his sisters, but they do. Idu does not do blood human sacrifice, but they do. It was red oil that Idu used to do whatever sacrifice they do, non human sacrifice. They don't do it. Who brought up human sacrifice to the world? They are the ones. They greeted the land from them. Because most Juju, they collected from this dubious palace. There were some African countries and people that came with them who told them how to use human being to worship those Juju. That were some of the things this useless woman that we are doing. Now made they taught them how to buy human being. They do. All things what they do. That's why they have no mercy. They have no mercy. How can the father lay curse on the children? Then you are worshiping the father who can protect you, who lay curse on you, who does not fight to make sure the land is okay. All you do about Okpere, then what happened to the rest, the vulnerable children in society? Most of you today, you grow up from a home whereby those days when things were very hard. Your mother will want the last food and give to you people. Your father will say, okay, you better carry any idea. But the Oba we have today, he want to eat and belly full. If he doesn't like, that's why he doesn't care about anybody. What he cares about is about himself. Yes. That's who he is. If we do not do this exposition, our people will not wake up. That was why Jesus Christ was sent, according to what was scripture, to come and let them know the truth. Before Jesus Christ came to the story, if you read that book of Mark, that book of Matthew 5:7, people were not really merciful to each other. They were not merciful to each other. That was why Jesus Christ put it that there. He said, blessed are the merciful. No make it to Handama. So that who have said, when I have a make it to Handama. Now tell me their scripture. Do you know the kind of truth they want? I win a more an array. Or one man had me to me when your mother saw me take by I will be. It was one of the key words. Because they so beautify that name as if the name is useful in any form. There was one chief. When Pedro Basaki were dragged to the palace, or when that was the notion they saw. That was what some of your forefathers yielded to that make you to be suffering today because nobody has filled up the cloud. How you already want it for? Even we are seeing in Europe today, things are still hard because their ancestral home is not fine. It's not fine. It's war against about Okpere. Now you that invaded the land, before they invaded the land, what was our greetings? What was our good afternoon? What was our good evening? What was our good night? They want to tell us that they were the one that brought civilization to us. That's what they are trying to say. That's why they change everything. The palace you are seeing there is the Edo. That's why from Bende State, if you check when it become Edo, was it not when it was Bende that Ali ruled well? But check when later turned it to Edo State. That Edo State we are bearing today is a name tied to the palace. They don't even want the Edo to be better. That's why what Pedro said, Edo Yaga Okpere. What's a prayer that is made for a king? Where he prayed the remaining slaves. That's the meaning. That very word is made for only the king, not for all these slaves and sophisticated moron. All to a name, they use it to oppress us. Imagine all what's in your head today. You reflect Oba in your head. Oba, you are praising Oba. Oba, you are praising Oba. Obota, you are praising Oba. Okpere, you are praising Oba. Okoba, he died to say automatically. Again, normally said on one by frequency, we're more in Oba and Okobano. At the time when I tell Oba, died to say where your soul, your body, and spirit is tied to the Oba. That's why today I've read the Doma. They are ready to sacrifice their life for the Oba. I pray the very day you come across me, I'm going to teach you a snake in the moon. And the same Oba today have no use to humanity other than suffocate them. Or whatever thing you do, name of the villages, title their name. Tell me one particular thing today. Let me also use you, Simon Sandra, for this very thing I've said before. In that 2 Timothy 4 verse 11, he said, only look is with me. Bring Osayamo Sandra with you. It will be useful in this ministry. You will not be left out. That's when I can share our make example. Only the woman with me. Is here because he has fought so well. He has that Christ consciousness, that will help us to dismantle this very name. He has that energy and power. It is highly endowed by the God of his ancestors. It is upright that can be able to handle this very department. New thing is here. Bring Osayamo Sandra. It will be useful in this ministry. Write your comment. Let me use it for a better example. Let your comment pop up. We are delivering our people. We will not allow our people to enter the new year 2026 with this Obaism. Obaship must end. Obaship, in my own translation, means hardship. I don't know if I'm communicating. Hardship, in my own translation, means hardship. Every hardship must go. It means hardship. Only Luke is with me. Bring a domo chance. It will be useful in this ministry. Because his mind will be regenerated. Because he had that Christ consciousness. You already know that he's a choosing one. You now know that no longer walking under the spell. You now know that all bag of talk is a spell. Now where you all your father lifetime, 80 years your father spent. Your father will not have time to pray for your children. He didn't pray for you one day, everything he come. Hey. Even in your own marriage, when they want to conclude the whatever, for the next thing, they will never bless your marriage. They will go and seal it up again with hardship. At the time that they are praying, and they concluded the prayers, we talk about they have just brought hardship to that marriage. They have brought hardship to that house. They have brought hardship to that community. That's what they do. Today that yoke must be broken. Today that yoke must be broken. They look at it. Being that Pedro is a global icon, it was represented there. It's like the host of heaven were present. Obaseki were there. Bessie Obaseki, the first lady of Edose, were there. A lot of eminent personality were there. They wanted after the man might have prayed, silly with Oba to put more hardship upon the people. But the guy wanted to do things for Oba. No, he quickly changed it and said, they were furious. And their cover became a different thing. That's why I stand on the matter of it. Do that word Oba utilize it tonight. Bring it on. You are not a coward. You buy a car. You bought a house. You we're trying to do a naming ceremony of your son or your daughter. Or your daughter want to get married or whatever festivity you are doing. And at the time, people after them might have pray, or money go there, or one at the end of the day, they seal it up with top that to say, they are not wishing you hardship. Mercy Coco Johnson with me. Bring Wasofia. It will be useful in this ministry. It will be useful. According to our scripture, in that 2 Timothy 4 verse 11. Udukweme is here. Bring Mercy Coco. Because those are going to be our princess in Idu land. Long live the princess. All those are the princess of Idu land. At the time there's any festivity, maybe as Oronibo is doing a Kaaba right now. They might have do festivity, so that the enemy we come, and die with them. Instead of them to envy their Ronigbe at Okpere, at the time you use the word about Okpere, calamity will be for Ronigbe. Because that word means hardship. Or Bashib hardship. That was why since they came to the land, they have been raping. They came to the land and they start selling humans. They are no longer doing any other business right now. For you to know they cannot manage any business. Ocean power plant is gone. Because there should be no light in the state. Obaseki, created e-government. Let our educational system, our governmental setup be like the one of Igbo kids. They shut it down. Radisson Hotel that will, also employ thousands and thousands of people. They shut it down. Look at the MOA, where the other African countries will also come, and celebrate it. Also, the hotel will boom, business will flourish. The economy, the GDP we are, they shut it down. The only business they have ever do was to sold humans into slavery. Benji is with me. Bring good to women. It will be useful in this very ministry. Sunday, see boys with me. Bring Benji along with you. It will be useful to me in this ministry. You know why they are going to be useful? Because they are now having a different mindset. Because they've been able to know the word about Okpere mean hardship. That's what they have been saying, Okpere, they have been masculine, no development. Because that word, that very name does not stand for development. It stands for retrogression. That's why for the advance they talk about the government, they take all to 60 years backward. Nothing is working. Okay, look at it here. Friday adversary with me. Bring good women with you. It will be useful to begin to promulgate the gospel. That is how it is. That is how it is. Our mother goddess are here. According to how it was scripted. Let's assume. New things already, new things is already here. We've been able to, we've invited him. We are here, refreshing ourselves. According to how it was scripted, in that 2 Timothy 4 verse 11, he said, bring all the mother goddess. And also call Mama Wasofia, call Brother Festus, call Abatobaze, and call World Update. Call as many people who are advocated for Idulan to be restored. Tell them to come. They'll be useful in this ministry. You'll be useful in Idulan. God will place a better department in your hand. That's why by the grace of God we are going to have a church in Idulan. If you want to, do us well, you can, cut this very video into audio. Send it to all our villagers. That about talk me hardship. If you don't want to, face hardship, what do you need to do? Ale, don't mention that name in this house again. Test me these days if you will not see progress henceforth. Don't let them say it over you again. Uduweme is here. Bring lovely Jesus with you. It will be useful in this ministry. Independent. Decolonizing the mind of the people. It was a process. Do you know how many times Jesus Christ escaped death? He escaped death several times. But gradually, as we have entered the building, you can see right now that for you to know that there doesn't have any person that can do this kind of teaching. Let them come and tell us the meaning of Oba. Oba came and touched a webo. Common Ring Road, they are not collecting kidnapping. Look at a theater, whatever, a building that was named after them, Oba Cultural Center. It's not fortunate. Because the meaning of Oba means hardship. That's why your father said, "Well, talk by all along. No legacy left behind." That is where this son they are live. It might be an Idu son, but he does not know his father. He's a vagabond Australia wallow. He's a cast-it-on and a grammar scholar. These are the food themselves. Nothing interests them apart from that Oba. Oba talk by. Then what happened to your children? Your children are just growing up. Why not you that same energy? You may talk by, hey, you can say it. There are some certain garrisons where 2 or 3 are gathered, God present is there. At times, there are prayers you proclaimate during when people are gathered, because different anointings are there, different deities are there. Now, instead of you to start from that anointing, maybe you will be opportune to lead the prayer in a marriage. You will be opportune to lead the prayer, traditional prayer, in the birthday of your friend. Then after everything, you seal with Oba Atokpe. You pronounce hardship upon yourself and hardship upon your friend. Tell me how many people they have used Oba Atokpe for to cram up their ceremony in Agbonmayabo. Captain Rosa would have still be alive today. He didn't. Oh, he's an Idu man. They misled him. Captain Rosa said, you know what he said? He said he's going to fight Obaseki with the last cover. Then they need to drown out his blood. He said in one of his videos, he said both him and me, Captain Rosa. He said both him and the children of Yon Bayanki. Tell me their loyalty that's better today. Look at everyone supporting them. They are all of them. They are all homeless. No rich man that will support Oba. No rich man. Man will read the ball, will split their life. You can't support him. You can't support him. That's why if you check the people running threats, check their dressing. The people that belong to the palace, they are useless. Tell me anyone on media who can quote like me. Apart from come to Bini, Oba ship me hardship. Don't try it. That's the man. That's why Pedro did not say it in Birmingham. They went and provoked him. Because Pedro was not in the spirit. Pedro were choosing normally to neutralize that very Oba Atokpe, but he chicken out. The whole matter again fought back to me. I'm not telling you today. It means hardship. All our mother protested. Both age mother and all. Umogunla Uyo Bonima. They might go through Weki. Odumumu Warebo now. On their knees. After pleading and all. One of those homobog chiefs. Oba Atokpe, hey! You see all of them. Chant it, their problem remain, don't have solution. Read my lips. The meaning of Oba Atokpe means hardship. You cannot get any this one from the Splacophilia. No frequency. As it was scripted in that Jeremiah 3 verse 15, he said, I will send you a pastor according to my heart that will teach you with knowledge and understanding. In other words, knowledge is power. If you have not shared our video before, you have not cut our video before, cut this part. There's nothing that interests a alien than that Oba Atokpe. That's why you see when they were dragging Pedro, they were forcing him to say Oba Atokpe. They did not tell Pedro anything. They were forcing him to say that Oba Atokpe. They never knew. Udukweme was there in the frequency listening. We are neutralizer.
Panuti really break all the tables, it scatter all the table legs. Like Edo just the drink for bad thing. We know will continuously they feel intimidated. They feel as in will feel like a slave to the Oba. No, everybody get rights, freedom to talk anything we want talk. If you talk, you be Oyomba. See the way they humiliate Abat. That man go Abat house, go harass Abat. He pay me say Abat not retaliate. Oh, the thing really pay me say Abat not retaliate. He pay me sha. He pay me. Person come your house for you to tear a better slap. My people, we stand against oppression. We stand against intimidation. We will continuously speak our mind, despite anybody when involved. The day when Oba decided to say he want join politics, he want put in for politics. Now that day they do. Some of them, they see and finish. Just imagine what the crown prince of Benin Kingdom, what the guy right come aside. Person wanna claim say be the second God. He not fit forgive his son. His son wrong God for how many years? He not forgive him. He drive his mama follow the son. And if na your first time I'm coming across my YouTube, make una help me subscribe. I don't want TV.